Hanover Square Press and HarlequinAudio present A Team of Their Own, How an International Sisterhood Made Olympic History by Seth Berkman. Read by Chung. A note on style. Following cultural convention, South Korean players are introduced in each chapter with their surname first, example, Shin So-jung. Subsequent mentions use only their first name, So-jung, in an effort to help the reader differentiate between players with the same last name. Almost 50% of Koreans have the surname Kim, Lee, Park, or Choi. The one exception to this format is Susie Jo, who uses the Western styling of her Korean name. In chapters where multiple Korean figures have the same last name, Kim Jong-un, Kim Jong-il, Kim Yuna, the full name is used on second reference. Like Susie, some additional characters prefer their name used while living in North America, with their Korean name in the middle, example, Mia Seung-eun Lee. Also, when abbreviated, the Korea Ice Hockey Association is always referred to as KIHA, not the KIHA. A majority of quotes from South Korean players were translated through Seoul-based interpreter Kathy Yoon. Prologue. Duluth, Minnesota, is a port city on Lake Superior, known for textiles and its claim to serving the first pie a la mode. Locals often hold birthday or graduation dinners on the 16th floor of the downtown Radisson Hotel. There, a revolving room restaurant offers panoramic views of the Ship Canal, where 1,000-foot-long Lakers and smaller 740-foot Salties enter under the aerial lift bridge, the city's iconic landmark that resembles a gigantic mechanical mouth made of steel and cable. Duluth can rightly be summed up as blue-collar, even vanilla. It is also the place where I felt the closest to Korea I've ever been. During a frigid weekend in January 2017, I was on assignment for the New York Times to report on South Korea's women's national hockey team, who were in town training for their Olympic debut, which would come on their home soil a year later at the 2018 Pyeongchang Games. In preparation, South Korea had boosted their ranks by adding players like Marissa Brandt. Like me, Marissa was adopted from South Korea and raised in America. Almost immediately, I related to Marissa. I learned that, like me, she never really identified with her birth country while growing up in the United States. Marissa, born Park Yoon-jung, was one of the 6 imports on the roster, North Americans with Korean heritage, a moniker coined by the South Koreans to describe the new players, mostly due to its relatively simple context and translation, and since it sounded better than saying foreigners. Imports like Marissa worked alongside a motley collective of players with varied life stories. They were inventors, convenience store workers, and rambunctious high school kids. As I watched these young women in their matching navy tracksuits adorned with South Korean flags walk with their arms linked through Duluth's snow-covered streets, I began to feel a sensation replace the chill of the below-zero temperatures of the cruel Minnesota winter. Observing their camaraderie, a sudden swell of patriotism came out of hibernation. South Korea earned an automatic berth in the 2018 Olympic women's hockey tournament because they were the host country. No one expected them to come near the medal stand or even win a game. They would enter Pyeongchang as one of the biggest underdogs in Olympic history. But that weekend, I began to realize that this team of women from 2 continents were embarking on a journey of self-discovery as much as hockey glory. I began to track their journey, following players such as 29-year-old forward Han Soo-jin, a concert pianist who had mesmerized audiences performing in South Korea's grandest halls. She quit that career to play hockey, a forbidden passion that she had to hide from her mother. Her objective wasn't to make the Olympics. When she joined the national team a decade earlier, that wasn't even in the realm of possibility. Hockey consumed Soo-jin in ways that piano could not, and like many of the girls on the roster, she saw herself as
Sample complete. Ready to continue?